way. Some of these places you sort of can't get into in winter. They gate them off, number one, but they sometimes gate them off because of fire risk in summer as well too. So when I went past this turn off and seen the gate unlocked, I turned around and went back. So yeah, wondered what this lake was. Wow, that's just unreal. Look at that. This is Swan Lake, yeah. I've got enough bush pinstripes already on the old Ranger. Don't need more. But yeah, so whenever you sort of see these places open, I always say, oh bugger, if I've got time I'll drop in. Pretty rough old track though. Camp spot here. Oh, looks like that's it. That was a bit of a letdown, wasn't it? Let's see if we can get down there by foot. Well, that was a bit of a letdown, that's all there is, but a nice lake. I could launch the kayak here if I wanted to. I bloody wonder whether there's fish in here. That'd be the big question. But the wind's certainly come up. A bit of a big sou'westers come up since I've left Cape Conroe. Anyway, been there, done that. Swan Lake. Like I say, you see a gate open, you take advantage of it. We'll head back out, we'll keep going, we'll try and get to Wingan Inlet tonight. It's very used, I gotta say. Wow, this was here in 1988. Can't believe it's still going. What's that, 38 years ago? Oh God, unbelievable. Met a couple of nice people at this fountain. They took me out on the in a little tinny, and we went paddling out to the Skerries, out the little islands there. Yeah, lovely people. All that way back in 1988. All set up for night number 2. Got a beer going. Salty snack going, pretty happy. Beautiful spot here. don't think it's really changed in 38 odd years. Lovely little spot. Yeah, g'day guys, Steve here from Keep It Simple 4x4 in a campground at Wingham Inlet, so keeping the voice down a little bit so I don't disturb my fellow campers. Spending 3 or 4 days out in East Gippsland. Just came after work last night, got as far as Lake Tyers, camped in the state forest this side on the east side of Lake Tyers, and just sort of spent the day wandering along the coast. Went via Cape Conran, Point Hicks and Muller River and those sorts of places, and yeah, just worked my way back up out to Cairn River and then back into Wingham Inlet. So yeah, had to do a bit of a diversion. I was hoping to come across the Cicada Trail, which I did in 1988 on a motorbike, but wasn't quite going to do it today. Got down to a river crossing and sort of walked the river crossing and looked up the other side. It's pretty overgrown. And as it was, I got to this end, when I come in on the west of Wingham Inlet, it was pretty overgrown, so I think I made the right decision. But yeah, we're just going to continue up the coast, see how far we get. Probably, maybe not too much further than Eden, but I certainly want to paddle out to the Skerries here at Wingham Inlet, and I'll probably paddle out at Wombourne Lake and drop into a couple of spots like Batangaby or Saltwater Creek, those sorts of places, and turn around somewhere around Eden Maroonbilla or something like that where it starts to get busy again. So yeah, just a few days out in East Gippsland. So yeah, love it out here. It's bloody beautiful. So yeah, reasonably quiet. There's a few campers around, but not too bad. So yeah. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy the serenity. Quite refreshing ale. And think about my dreams and aspirations for the future. How's the bloke supposed to paddle out in that? I can't believe the tide is rushing in here that quick. That is crazy. They're the islands I want to get out to out there, but jeepers creepers. I think I'm going to have to wait for the tide to settle. It's still fairly low too, so I've probably got an hour or two. There you go. Well, that really wasn't worth it. I've been waiting there for 2 hours for the tide to settle. In the meantime, the wind's been coming up and getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Anyway, we're here now. We did it. Definitely got to come out here on a very calm day. That's a bit more like it. Not a good combination coming in there. Whew. Tide coming in, wind blowing the opposite direction. There was bloody chop coming over the bow. I'm drenched. Oh, I'm not sure that was worth it, to be honest. I never realised that high tide was at this point here. So yeah, I thought it was a bit closer to high tide. Obviously I didn't take enough notice, did I? I swear Hamer Maps need to update some of their maps. This is marked as a gravel road and it's a dead end with no bridge or crossing at the bottom and hasn't been used for probably 20 years. I sort of started down it and I thought, oh, maybe it's just the start of it, but no. Hamer Maps need to definitely update their bloody information. No tea last night, so a major fry up tonight. Sweet potatoes, green onions and lamb chops. All in the pan together. That's a simple camping protein high meal for you. The YouTube guy goes out, first cast catches a fish. That actually happened to me. That's a better size. That's a nice little bream. Still not keepable, so to speak, but a nice. How you doing? Come to see the water comes round the inside. If anyone can paddle against that, they're better than me. That's cool. Well, this is what I wanted to get to. I was going to try and get out the entrance. It's supposed to be low tide right now, but obviously the water's still coming in, so I don't see why I wouldn't get out there on the ebb of the tide, but I don't know. Low tide was supposed to be 11 o'clock, so it's still rushing in. Pretty spectacular spot though, isn't it? Oh, he snapped me off. this is the full base camp setup. Just when I'm sort of touring around and want to prop, I've propped here for 3 nights now. So new purchase, got the tent. It's a Black Wolf 2.4 Turbo 240 X Lite LF or something it's called. So yeah, just something I stand up in. Just obviously got my full-size chair, bit of a pantry for food in there, and just doing a bit of a trial of this AEG pack out. Working out quite well. Oh, the bacon eggs are just about cooked, so I can just put my cutlery in there, sort of dry food down there, and you know, sauces and plates and fry pans and everything go into there. So that all works well for me. I'm going to build a little tabletop for this, but it's a bit of a trial, first time I've used it. It's working out well. So the top box will be my overnighter. When I go for multi-nighters, I'll take the bottom box as well. So it's got my dishwashing tub in it and chopping boards and just, you know, bigger utensils and all that sort of stuff in there. So yeah, so far so good. Reasonably heavy, a little bit bulky, but sort of liking it at the moment. And I'll just use this tub, which sits in one of the drawers, just for my paper towel and more dry food, so to speak. So yeah, for those longer, bigger trips. And of course, in the tent I have the stretcher, a quick setup stretcher, and a full-size sleeping bag and pillow. So that works out well. So it's 2.4 by 2.4, so you can stand up in here. Got sort of windows on 2 sides and a nice good sized vestibule. So all this stuff here will sit inside the vestibule when I go away for the day. So yeah, so that's my base camp setup. Sort of new to this sort of stuff. You're generally moving a lot, so I just generally sleep in swags and that sort of stuff. But yeah, thought I'd give this a try for situations like this where I'm just camped in a public campground. People all around me, unfortunately, don't like this, but that's the way it goes these days. But yeah, just sort of packing up to head away. So one of those campgrounds where you can't camp out of the back of your ute, you've got to park your car remote. So yeah, so these sort of base camp setups work well for that. But anyway, that's my touring / base camp setup.